Peace and love, and welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so that you can get notifications when I put out more content. Today, I want to talk about the top Black-owned publicly traded companies. I've been able to find several companies, that are about a dozen companies that are Black-owned, publicly traded on the stock market. However, I'm only going to go over these five companies that I found that are traded on the major stock markets, and you can find them in nearly every brokerage. So, let's get to it. The first one I want to review is American Shared Hospital Services, AMS. It's a healthcare company that's based out of San Francisco. And we see that they have a market cap of 13 million, and volume is pretty low, 9,300 on the volume side. However, this is a penny stock for the most part. And again, they do offer options, but they do not offer a dividend. So let's look at their financials real quick. Let's look at their revenue, see if they make any money. And okay, why is that? Okay, there we go. We see that they have a pretty healthy revenue flow. We see it rose from 2018 to 2019. They took a little hit here, but still steady in the last couple of years, as most companies did during the pandemic. However, we see the total 12 months, it seems promising. So, they look like they're on track to get back to where they were back here in 2019. And let's look at their cash flow real quick. And cash flow is kind of low, but again, this is a penny stock for the most part. So it's healthy. It's not in the negative. So that's a plus. So put AMS on your watch list for your consideration if you are one who believes in supporting Black businesses. Put that on your watch list. The next company we're going to look at is BYFC, Broadway Financial Corporation. I'm sure get this. Broadway Financial Corporation. Again, this is a penny stock as well. However, it trades on the NASDAQ, so it trades on one of the major stock exchanges. And they offer options as well. They do not offer a dividend, though. We see their market cap is at pretty healthy at 126 million. Volume, that's pretty good for a penny stock. 270,000. It's pretty good for a penny stock. Let's look at their financials real quick. Look at their revenue. We see that their revenue has been going up consistently for the last few years, which is pretty good for a company that a penny stock, number one, and in the financial industry. So a financial services company that's pretty healthy. Let's look at their cash. And their cash, okay, so we see that they took a hit the last few years, as did most companies in the markets did, and they're no different. So, but again, these negatives, they are things that would cause concern, but at the same time, we're talking about a penny stock that has been growing money, getting money Their revenue has been going up consistently for the last few years. So there's other metrics that you could look at in doing your due diligence to determine if you want to invest in a certain company that you would factor in things like debt and so forth. So another financial company that's a Black-owned company that's publicly traded is CARV Bank Corp. And CARV has a market cap of 43 million, pretty decent. Volume kind of low, especially for that market cap, but 211,000. Let's look at their financials real quick. Let's look at their revenue. Okay, so we see they're pretty steady. They do make money. It's a little low right here, but despite being in the pandemic, they've still done pretty well. The revenue has continued to rise for the most part. There's a little low right here in 2020, but again, most companies took a hit during that period. Let's look at their cash right quick. Whoa. Now, they were in the negatives and whatnot. However, they came up out of that jam, and in 2021, and the total 12 months, it actually is a little bit higher than what it was last year. So not bad. Again, there's other metrics that you could look at to determine whether it's a good buy. And again, excuse me, like the other ones, they don't offer a dividend, but they do offer options. So put that one on your watch list as well. Another company that is a Black-owned, publicly traded company is RLJ Lodging Trust. Now, this is a real estate company. They have a market cap of 2.3 billion. Okay, pretty good. Volume over 1 million, pretty good. Let's look at their financials real quick. Revenue. Okay. So they were doing pretty well pre-pandemic. They took a hit like everything else in the last few years. However, the total 12 months, but it still continued to rise. And then the last 12 months, they're kind of getting back into these levels that they were in 27. They slowly but surely creeping up. So that's promising. Let's look at their cash. Let's see what's up with their cash. Okay, pretty healthy. They were healthy pre-pandemic. It was rising. However, they got in the negatives. This was a real estate stock, so I'm not surprised at all. During the pandemic, they took a hit, got in the negatives, but they're fighting back. They got to 42, and then now they have, in the last 12 total months, they kind of damn near doubled that. So that looks pretty promising as well. So put this one on your watch list as well. And the last one that we want to look at is probably the most popular Black-owned publicly traded company, which is Urban One, ticker UONE. They have a 404 million market cap, pretty decent volume, $471,000. Let's look at their financials real quick. This company is owned by Kathy Hughes, who I believe was the first or one of the first Black billionaire women, female billionaires in this country. So let's look at their revenue. Okay, revenue is pretty decent. Pretty steady. Took a hit like everyone else. But for the most part, they're kind of flatlining, if you will. We would like to see some increases in this and whatnot, but they seem to be steady. So let's look at their cash. And okay, cash is pretty decent. The cash is increasing every year, even despite taking a hit on the revenue in this year, which was 2020 during the pandemic. The revenue took a hit that year and continued to grow. Their cash flow has been growing, so that's pretty promising. So these are 5 companies that are Black-owned and publicly traded that you should, if you believe in supporting Black businesses and whatnot as an investor, these are companies that you should consider investing in. Let's look at them on the charts real quick. Let's look at their charts and all right. So we're looking at American Shared Hospital Services, and I'm looking at the monthly chart just so we can get a macro view of the company. And they have had an all-time high of $12.13. Right now they're trading at $2.28. The next high that they had was $10.25, $9.36, $7.90. So I would say that this is a penny stock, right? So this is probably something that you can get in and hold. Again, they do have options, so you could look at some leaps, buying some long-term. A leap is basically a long-term swing trade where you could get in right now at like $2.28, and hopefully, at least if you rolled it up right here to $5 where it was last year, it got up to $5. So you would get at least 100% return once it creeps back up to these levels. So it's a good buying opportunity, I would say, all things considered, right here where price is now and where it tends to go. Okay, so that's the chart on AMS. Now let's look at BYFC, Broadway Financial Corp. The other one, again, these are penny stocks, right, that have options. So again, you could possibly get involved on these stocks now. Get in at $1.72 is traded as of Friday at the close, and they have a high of $15. So, and then just 2 years ago, actually in 2020, they got up as high as $7.23. So again, this would be a good buying opportunity down here at these bottoms, and something that you could ride and hold out if you buy long leap contracts on this stock, and just hold them until price moves up. Again, if you were to buy it now and it runs up to this high of 2 years ago of $7.23, that's a pretty good return on your investment. So again, put that one on your watch list. And then we have Carver. Let's look at them. Wow, they've really fallen off the map. However, their all-time high is $397. They've fallen off, and this was in 03. So we're talking 19 years ago. Am I saying that it's going back there? I mean, it went there before, right? But however, just look at what happened last year. It had a high of $42.50. Right now, you could get in at these lows. Right now, it's trading at $11.34. And based off the things that I pointed out in their financials and whatnot, not a horrible company by any stretch of the imagination. You could get in right now with shares and hold them, or again, buy leap contracts on the option side. A lot of room to the upside on this stock as well. And then we have RLJ. RLJ Live and Trust. This is the real estate company. Ideally, it would have been great to get in here at this low of $3.80. But let's just say if you had got in at $3.88 back in 2020 when the market took a major hit, right now it's trading at $13, right? The all-time high is $36. So there's plenty of room to the upside on this stock as well. So put that one in your watch list and do your own analysis to determine whether this is a company that is worthy of your investment. And lastly, we're going to look back at UONE. Now, Urban One has been doing awesome this year. I'm going to break this down, but first, let's look at their all-time high. They had an all-time high of $54 in 2020. I believe it was Juneteenth, and this is June now. So these top stocks tend to run pretty well in June. Let's look at the daily candle real quick. They've been on a tear, and since April 22nd, they've just been on a tear. They seem to have hidden a resistance on Friday and whatnot, but these are companies that they trade. They have options as well, and they've been doing tremendous headed into Juneteenth. So again, put this company on your watch list as well, and that will conclude the video. I appreciate you all for supporting the channel and whatnot. If you are interested in learning how to do your own due diligence, to do your own analysis on how to pick quality stocks, reach out to me. I'll leave all my contact information in the comments, in the description. I will show you exactly. I have a course that will show you exactly how to analyze stocks, look at their financials, look at their books, and determine from that information whether or not a company is worthy of your investment. So, reach out to me. You can get a free stock consultation. That's in the description of the video and whatnot, and we could chop it up. And you could get the courses to learn how to pick quality stocks, or to do analysis on stocks to determine whether it's worthy of your investment. Peace and love.